In February 1959, 9 experienced hikers set out into the Ural Mountains of the Soviet Union. They were students and graduates of the Ural Polytechnical Institute. They were experienced, well-equipped, well-prepared. None of them came back alive. What investigators found at their campsite raised questions that have never been answered. Not in 1959. Not today. This is their file. The group was led by Igor Dyatlov, a 23-year-old experienced hiker and engineer. The team of 9 set out on January 23, 1959. Their destination was Otorten Mountain, a peak in the northern Urals. The route was rated Category 3, the most difficult classification in Soviet hiking standards. They were qualified for it. On January 28th, one member of the group, Yuri Yudin, fell ill and turned back. He was the only one who would survive. The remaining 9 continued into the mountains. Their last known photographs were taken on February 1st, 1959. They show the group setting up camp on the slopes of Kholat Shukl, a mountain whose name in the local Mansi language means Dead Mountain. They should have reached their destination and returned by February 12th. When they did not arrive, a search party was dispatched. On February 26th, searchers found the abandoned tent on the slope of Dead Mountain. What they found made no sense. The tent had been cut open from the inside. The hikers had cut their way out of their own tent. In the snow outside, 9 sets of footprints leading away from the tent down the slope. No shoes, some in socks, some barefoot, in temperatures of -30 degrees. The footprints led to the edge of a nearby forest. There, under a large cedar tree, searchers found the first 2 bodies, Yuri Krivonishenko and Yuri Doroshenko. They were found in their underwear, barefoot. The cedar tree above them had broken branches, as if someone had climbed it. Their hands were burned. There was a small fire nearby, long extinguished. Between the cedar tree and the tent, 3 more bodies were found. Igor Dyatlov himself, Zinaida Kolmogorova, Rustam Slobodin. They were found in positions suggesting they had been trying to return to the tent, as if they had sent the others away, and then tried to go back for something. Slobodin had a small fracture in his skull. The remaining 4 bodies were not found until May, buried under 4 meters of snow in a ravine. What was found there changed everything. Lyudmila Dubinina, Alexander Zolotaryov, Nikolai Thibault-Brignol, Alexander Kolevatov. Their injuries were catastrophic. Thibault-Brignol had massive skull fractures. Dubinina and Zolotaryov had severe chest fractures, multiple broken ribs, bilateral, on both sides. The force required to cause those injuries was described by the medical examiner as equivalent to a car crash. There were no external wounds, no bruising on the skin consistent with a physical attack. The injuries were internal, caused by an extreme force applied to the body from the outside. And Lyudmila Dubinina was missing her tongue, her eyes, her lips, removed or dissolved. The investigators found no explanation. The case was officially closed in May 1959. The conclusion: the hikers died as a result of an unknown compelling force. That was the official verdict of the Soviet government. An unknown compelling force. In the decades that followed, dozens of theories emerged. An avalanche, a military weapons test, infrasound from the wind causing mass panic, ball lightning, a confrontation with Mansi tribespeople, a Soviet secret experiment, a paradoxical undressing response to hypothermia, an encounter with something that has never been explained. In 2019, Russian prosecutors reopened the case. After a year of investigation, they concluded the cause of death was an avalanche. The scientific community largely rejected this conclusion. The evidence, they said, was not consistent with an avalanche. The tent had not been buried or crushed. The footprints leading away were orderly, not panicked. The injuries in the ravine were not consistent with being buried by snow. The case remains, officially, closed. But unofficially, nobody is satisfied. 9 experienced hikers, a torn tent, no shoes in 30 below zero, internal injuries with no external cause, a missing tongue, an unknown compelling force. Dead Mountain has kept its secret for 65 years. It has not finished keeping it. Subscribe for a new case file every day. This has been AIM Venture. Dark Files. Case Files. No fiction.